Good morning, ladies. This is Sam, and welcome to the Pink Podcast, a show where we talk about beauty tips, give you fashion advice, and talk about everything else that makes you beautiful and sexy. So, as the summer is nearing by, I thought I'll dedicate the next few shows on improving your overall beauty and body. So today we're going to talk about your skin and the ways on how can we improve that, especially for older women that are in the late 40s or 30s. This is something you should definitely be listening. So let's get it going. The first tip is actually really simple to do that many women for some reason choose to ignore. For example, my ex-girlfriend, as far as I know, not once did wash her makeup brushes. So that's right. The first tip is wash those makeup brushes. Women, girls, you should also just start off by throwing away those nasty old sponge you are using on your face and just get a new one. Why? Well, pretty obvious answer, at least for me, which is they do contain bacteria that could cause acne breakouts, and you don't really want to do that, especially before the summer begins. Also, as far as the makeup brushes cleaning go, you should definitely clean them at least once per week. Don't be disgusting, just do that. And how do you do that? Simply apply some air conditioning, or you can use baby shampoo and just gently rinse that. And I would also suggest you to add a drop of antiseptic or vinegar and just place your makeup brush in the warm water and just let it sit there for 20 minutes or so. That's the tip number one. Tip number two, especially for women that are complaining that we do have a dry skin. So if you are taking care of your skin and it still for some reason remains dry, and assuming doctors haven't found anything wrong with you, then you should check your pillowcase. And as you may know, cotton pillowcases can actually remove the moisture from your skin, which will result in those ugly sleep lines and wrinkles. So what do? You buy yourself a new one, preferably made of satin or silk. And don't be cheap, get just a nice, beautiful pillowcase that will improve the overall tone of your skin. I mean, how hard can this be? Also, this is something that I'm sure many women did at least once, and this is one of those habits that is hard to break, especially when you are drunk or tired or whatever, which is washing your face and makeup before going to bed. And you should just do it. Not only will makeup clog up your facial pores, but will also dry your skin and will prevent it from breathing properly. So, why would you want to do that? You don't. That's the tip number two. And moving on to the tip number three is, which is actually a pretty basic one. It's moisturizing. Moisturize. A good moisturizer will actually do wonders to your skin. I'm sure many of you who are listening have already tried many different brands and already found your favorites one. And if not, just send us an email and we'll be more than happy to answer that question for you. So, a good moisturizer will improve the rate at which your skin cells regenerate. So, in addition to that, dry skin it just looks awful, and you know when sometimes it gets so dry that it becomes itchy. I mean, it's just convenient to use a good moisturizer. And obviously, if you have a dry skin, you'll need to apply more moisturizer, which is pretty obvious. And also, if you are already went to a mall or some beauty store and are buying a moisturizer, don't forget to grab an under eye gel as well, which will remove those nasty lines that sometimes appear under your eyes. And what if you are in your late 40s or early 40s or even late 30s actually? I suggest you just to don't try to fool anyone. You know, I saw some woman just buying. She was in the late 40s and she bought a moisturizer which was for very young women. I mean, in their 20s. I mean, what are you trying to fool? You don't really want to do that because as you age, you should be using the moisturizer that is designed for your age, which has a much richer texture and different kind of ingredients. Also, you can use a serum which will remove the dark circles under your eyes and also fine lines from your skin. And the other tip one woman has shared with us is actually you may want to hydrate your skin before applying a foundation. So definitely consider that one as well. And tip number 4 is drink plenty of water. I mean, how many of you have heard this tip already? Raise your hand. Everyone. Drinking water is a pretty obvious one that many people, including myself, from time to time choose to ignore. So, especially in the colder days when you don't feel like drinking water, but you have to do it, which not only will improve your skin, but just give you overall health increase and much more energy throughout the day. So, as you might heard, water takes up to 65% of your body, so it's important to keep yourself well hydrated and just maintaining that balance. Experts, I guess, I don't know who is an expert by the way, it's just and general recommendation is drinking around from 6 to 10 glasses of water every day, which I'd say 10 glasses is pretty excessive, so maybe 8 will do it. And if you are like me and are just having trouble consuming that water, a trick I use is actually just grabbing a small water bottle and consuming and sipping throughout the day. I actually found that it's a much better and much easier thing and routine to follow once you get that water bottle. Also, as you might have heard, water will help you to eliminate the toxins from your body, so that's the reason alone to drink some water, which I am going to do right now. Oh, I feel healthier already. Tip number 5. Don't forget about your lips and the rest of your body. So don't be one of those women that just cares about her face and forgets about everything else. I mean, lips, the rest of your body, you should keep hydrating your lips, and not only will that make you look much sexier, but it also won't cause chapped lips. I mean, how annoying is that? Chapped lips is definitely one of the worst things that can happen, especially when kissing with a hot guy or a hot woman, depending on what you prefer. I personally prefer women. So just apply some lip balm and you'll be good to go. And as far as the rest of your body goes, just use a good lotion or a baby oil. That was tip number 5. Tip number 6, get rid of those nasty habits. Oh man, uh, smoking, women that smoke are really, really disgusting to me. I don't know how about you, but it's just one of those nasty habits, and kissing them is even worse as you feel like kissing an ashtray. Just an awful thing. Even although I've seen some guys that do like women that smoke, mostly because they do smoke themselves and they just find it easy to start a easy conversation starter. So They just do that to get laid, I guess. So alcohol and smoking has devastating effects to your skin, and especially smoking, which will cause premature aging. And I'm sure you saw like these women that look like in their 40s, and when you ask their age, they're actually in their late 20s or even early 20s. So you don't really want to be one of those women, and smoking will also change the elasticity of your skin and narrow your blood vessels, so which result in reduced blood supply to the skin, which is important. Write that down, women. Important. Tip number 7 that everyone wants to follow, but rarely anyone does, which is exercise. And did you know that exercise actually does wonders to your skin, not only your body? And don't make an excuse saying that, oh, I don't want to be a bodybuilder, I don't want to have tons of muscles. You don't really have to gain tons of muscles, and you won't unless you're using some weird ass supplements. So just either go for a 30 to 60-minute run or hit the gym. I mean, not only will you be able to socialize there, but workouts will help you to cleanse your skin and improve the overall blood flow and even oxygen levels in your body. And that's one of the more important things that you can do to yourself. And what if you don't feel like hitting a gym? Try yoga or meditation, as both have shown to improve your skin condition and reduce the overall stress level. So, as you might know, stress is bad for you and you want to avoid it. What else is bad? Not much actually. What is good for you? Facials and face masks. Just get them going, girls. And you don't really have to go for a spa treatment or buy yourself some expensive face mask, but of course you can if you can afford to. But what you could do instead, use a gentle acidic food. Just simply apply some natural yogurt mixed with honey, which would be like 1/2 teaspoon of honey with 1 teaspoon of yogurt, and just let it sit on your face for 10 to 15 minutes. What do you do then? You wash it, obviously. Don't be silly, don't keep that yogurt on your face. I mean, that would be pretty weird, wouldn't it be? And you may also want to experiment and even add more acidity to prevent your skin from losing its natural sheen. And how do you do that? Let's just add 1 or 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice to that mix and let it sit on your face or neck for around the same amount of time, which is what? 10 to 15 minutes. And if possible, try to get a facial at least once a month. Tip number 9, which is invest in a sunscreen. And in some countries, it's actually unfashionable or weird if you apply a sunscreen, especially for younger women, which is sort of weird, I guess. But I've seen a lot of weird things in my life, so sunscreen lotion is actually one of the most important things you could apply before going out. And as you know, sun makes your skin age quicker, so you don't really want to do that. And so pick the one that has a high SPF value if you want to spend a lot of time outdoors, and get the one that has lower value if you are just going for a short walk. And there are also foundations actually that protect your skin from the sun, so definitely check them out. And it doesn't really matter how old are you, don't be a loser, apply some sunscreen and invest into it. And for women that are in their 30s or 40s, I recommend you just picking one that has the SPF value of 30 or even higher. So tip number 10, which is our last tip, exfoliate your skin. So when it comes to body peeling or exfoliation, which removes dead skills and reveal the much healthier skin, there are actually a lot of things you can choose from, including a loofah or a glove or just some scrub with natural substances. You can also make one at home, which would be a simple mix of lemon juice with sugar slash or salt and honey. and just get that skin clean and shiny, girls. And also, I don't recommend using harsh scrubs that contain apricots on your face because they do and could cause micro tears in your skin, and you don't really want that, especially when it's cold outside. And be careful actually not to exfoliate or not overdo with body scrubbing and face scrubbing. And as you might know, your face is really delicate and the skin is really delicate, and you should never overdo it. And next time we'll actually reveal foods that improve the overall health of your skin, so you don't really want to miss that out. Be sure to subscribe us at airyhair.com/podcast. And that was today's topic. And now let's just go to frequently asked questions, which we have two today. The first one is actually, hey Sam, how do you store your hair extensions? So if you have bought hair extensions before and have no idea how to store them or just want some overall tips, here are a few. So first of all, if you want to, I assume you just want to expand your hair extensions lifespan as well. So first things first, uh, I definitely recommend hair extensions, letting them dry naturally when you wash your hair. And not to say that you can't use a blow dryer, but because you definitely can, especially with airy hair extensions, but just make sure they are not tangled and let them dry naturally if you can. That's because that will definitely improve the overall lifespan. And you should also comb and straighten them with hair iron first before storing. Now, as far as the storage itself goes, if you have bought clip-in extensions, make sure that clips are closed first, and also make sure that they have dried up or finished drying up before storing them anywhere, because you don't want some mold or nasty bacteria in your hair extensions. I mean, unless it's your fetish or thing, I guess, but I mean, who would want that? No one. So some recommend a vacuum bag, which is actually a pretty bad idea for natural hair, because a breathable material like cotton is a much better place for your hair extensions, or you can buy just a bag with mesh vents. Also, you should never leave your hair extensions in the direct sunlight, because the sun rays could actually lighten your hair in the long run, and you'll have to buy new ones or uh, just do something with your hair. And if you don't have bags or anything, you can actually just place your hair extensions in a drawer with a towel or just other soft close places inside it, or try a shoebox, or even a coat hanger will actually hold if you place that in your wardrobe, which will actually save it from the sun. So that's how you store your hair extensions. And if you have any other tips, please do let me know, girls. I'd definitely share them with the audience. And the second and the last question today is synthetic versus real hair. Which one do you choose? So as far as the three combinations go, which is human hair, synthetic hair, and a blend of two, as a general rule, the synthetic hair is a good choice for, when you put prime consideration to durability and cost, because there are also some new extensions that actually have these, I guess, cells embedded inside them, so they are always, let's say, wavy or curly or whatever, and even if you wash them, they will return to that shape, which is pretty neat. But I mean, it's still a synthetic hair. And if you have a little bit more money, definitely spend on a blend of two. And obviously, for best results, I definitely recommend only real Remy human hair. So, I mean, they just are awesome. I mean, if you compare synthetic to real hair, there's just really no comparison. So that's the question number two. And if you do have any questions, just email us at podcast@airyhair.com. Or if you have any tips or feedback, definitely do let us know. So that was Sam from Pink Podcast. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on iTunes or YouTube or wherever you see us. Rate us if you like. And don't forget to visit our sponsors, which is airyhair.com, as we produce some awesome hair extensions. Only natural, unfortunately, so if you need a synthetic one, just use Google and find some. And that's it. That was Sam from Pink Podcast. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.